Hey, thanks for joining Christopher and I on our trip to San Francisco. We're at the BART station, and what's that? We hear the train above us. We gotta run fast, 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 fast. Whew! We made it just in the nick of time. And now we're here at the BART station in Embarcadero in San Francisco, walking up, greeting all the people, getting ready to hit the streets of San Francisco. We love taking BART when we go to San Francisco, and we come out on Market Street, and when we do that, we walk down Market Street towards the Ferry building that you see there in the distance, and it's very, very cool. The Ferry building has produce market, and they have a lot of different cool shops inside the Ferry building, and the Ferry building is an awesome place where all these vendors hang out. They sell their merchandise on the weekends, I guess probably during the week too, I'm not sure. But on the weekend, we know they surely do, and there's a lot of cool stuff here. And so we continue our walk towards the Ferry building, and we're going to actually get on one of the streetcars here in just a few minutes and take a trip down the Embarcadero towards Fisherman's Wharf. So this is pretty cool. And we made it on to our streetcar, and you see we're on the streetcar Dallas, which is like from 1940s. And it's really cool. There's a bunch of streetcars that run up and down, and as you see, we're going up. We're right now at Pier 5, and we're going towards the Fisherman's Wharf area, where we're going to have lunch here in a few minutes when we get there. And there's the Bay Bridge off into the distance across the bay, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful day here on this Saturday. And there's a restaurant that we've never eaten at, but it looks pretty good. And as we go along, there's a lot of people. A lot of times this little trip that we're taking on the streetcar, we actually walk. And it takes about 30 minutes or 40 minutes if we walk from the BART station down to Pier 39. Here's a cruise ship that we saw. It's the Celebrity Xfinity. We're not sure where it's going, but it's huge, and maybe one day we'll take a big cruise out on the big old ocean. Well, we made it finally to Fisherman's Wharf. And here's the Hard Rock Cafe that was under construction the last time we were here. And it looks like it's already completed and ready for action. Hard Rock Cafe, Fisherman's Wharf at Pier 39. And we love Pier 39. Here's a cool fresh produce market where you can get your fresh produce and fruit. And it's a beautiful spot. It's a little windy, a little cool here today. But that's all right. We just love it here. A lot of shops and always a lot of cool people. There's a Trish's Donut shop, and there's clam chowder, Dreyer's ice cream, and just a lot of cool things here to do on Pier 39. And as we walk up towards Pier 39, we get to the carousel, which is a centerpiece up towards the end of Pier 39. And we're going to go up these steps here towards Bubba Gump's, which is one of our favorite places to eat while we're at Pier 39, but we're not going to eat there today. And actually today, or this year, 2017, is the 39th birthday for Pier 39. Here's very cool. Listen to these guys. And there's the Golden Gate Bridge shrouded in fog out in the distance. And that's where we're going to end up today, somewhere, sometime. Here is the rocket boat coming back into port. All these people were out on the bay. And as we continue our walk here, there's the Fisherman's Grotto and number 8 Aliotos and Clam Chowder Hut. We're looking for a good place to eat, and Applebee's was over there, but I think we're going to settle for Boudin's. We ate at Boudin's for breakfast today at home, and now we're going to eat lunch. And one of our favorite things to do while we're here is eat lunch at Boudin's up here at the top restaurant, and we're going to actually have a pizza that we're going to share. They have a great sourdough pizza. This is our view from Boudin's out over Fisherman's Wharf, the Franciscan restaurant. A lot of tour buses come through here. Just a lot of people. If you haven't been here, it's a great place to go. We never eat at the Franciscan, but it's very popular. But I just mean overall. And out there on the bay right now, we see a ship. And this ship is one that we normally see down at the World War II museum area. And periodically, 2 or 3 times a year, they take a trip out onto the bay and out. I don't know if they go through the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's a beautiful day to do that. And unfortunately, we missed it but we're going to check it out, and maybe one day we're going to ride on that. Here's a pan view back over towards Fisherman's Wharf, and hey, there's the rocket boat out there having some fun out on the San Francisco Bay. That thing gets going really fast and does some really awesome turns, and I don't know if one day maybe I'll do it, but it's pretty scary. Here's a cool submarine, the USS Pompano. You can actually take tours. We've done that. We go inside the submarine, and actually Cub Scout tours will go down there and spend the night, which would be pretty cool. We never did that on a spend the night deal, but anyway, you can go down into the Pompano and take a full tour, and it's pretty darn cool. And this is at the World War II battleship area. And we're just walking down towards one of our favorite places. We've already eaten our lunch, of course, and this is another place we've never eaten, but it's Ciopino's, and it's a restaurant and bar and Italian place, and always a lot of people out here having a good old time out on the patio and inside. And there we are, walking down towards one of our favorite places to go, and that is the Ghirardelli restaurant. And here we are at the Ghirardelli Square. We're gonna have a ice cream. Woohoo! We love ice cream at Ghirardelli. They have great chocolate, of course, and great ice cream, and there it is. And one time we saw on HGTV on House Hunters, we saw a guy that was buying a house up here in the Ghirardelli Square. And actually, where I'm zooming in there, we saw him and his family hanging out one time when we were here. That was pretty cool. We didn't go up and say hi, but it was still pretty cool. Here we are in the Sunday bar, where we had a scoop of chocolate chip ice cream. And we're at Fort Mason Park here area, so there's a lot of people that come through here and walk and bike. There's the Golden Gate Bridge. We're getting ever closer. The fog is dissipating, unfortunately. We were hoping to get over there before the fog lifted, but hey, that's all right. Maybe it'll be back by the time we get there. So anyway, we've come here a lot of times, and this is the Fort Mason Park area. There's always things going on here normally, and today there is some corporate parties and picnics and stuff going on, and a lot of bikers, a lot of just people having a lot of fun out here. And so anyway, on our walk here, we saw these beautiful flowers, and I'm not sure what they are. I've never seen anything quite like them here before, and or anywhere. And Christopher said he thought that some of them were like cactus like these here. So it just reminded me just to take time out to really enjoy the beautiful things in life. And speaking of beautiful things in life, Christopher's playing Pokemon Go, and looks like he's hatching a few of his 5K eggs that we got on this walk. So I think he was working on 4 or 5 5K eggs at the same time. And so finally we reached our 5K mark, it looks like. So he's hatching the eggs, and hopefully he got something good. And if not, well, that's all right, I guess. He gave us a thumbs up, so I guess it's good. We're walking along here on the beach, which we had to walk on the beach area because the walking path like this was closed for part of the way. But once we got back out on the walking path, it was nice and smooth and easy walking, and Christopher enjoyed that, and so did I. And there's the Golden Gate Bridge coming in, getting closer, but even less fog now than there was even before. And it's just a beautiful day. I love it here, and it's a great place just to come walk and hang out. And sometimes the weather's kind of not too bad, not too good. Today it's 74 degrees or so, a little windy. We're out here right on the bay, right on the shoreline. A lot of dogs out here playing, a lot of people throwing things in the water, and we saw a dog that went way out there to get something that he was trying to get, and he got it. And there's the city of San Francisco back from our walk. And you see that one lone cloud out there. That was the only cloud we really saw out today except for the fog. And we're getting here close to Bay Bridge. We're out here on this pier area. Not only is it very beautiful, but it is very windy. Listen to that wind. And here we are. We thought it was pretty cool. We thought we'd take a snapshot. Right, and now we made it to underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, and we're at Fort Point. This is an area that I'd never been to. Christopher had been here once before, and he wanted to take me here, and these are winding staircases inside this fort. It's a Civil War era fort that was built to protect the western shores of, it wasn't even the United States then. And we are here right now at the top of that fort looking out with the Pacific Ocean behind us. And another snapshot there. Wonderful. We'd like to capture that. And that's the Golden Gate Bridge that's running right over our head. And we're on this fort area. And as you see here, the Pacific Ocean is off there to the left. And well, just in a couple months from now, we're going to be heading out that Pacific Ocean, not on a boat, but on a plane to Hawaii on our next big vacation. And here on this fort, it's really amazing. All these areas where these guns were set up to protect the coast. And there's guns all the way around there. Christopher acting a little silly and protected himself from the wind because it's really windy. And there again is the wonderful Golden Gate Bridge. And it's beautiful. I've walked across the Golden Gate Bridge before, and we thought about it doing it today, but it was just getting a little bit too late for us, so we decided that we would save that for another trip. And here's looking down inside the plaza area. I don't know what you'd call it, but inside that fort had its own lighthouse and watchtower, and this is just a diagram of the Fort Point. My first time here, and this is looking out one of the portals, and actually the portals all on the second and third floor these were where guns were also pointed out. So this was a well-protected area. I don't know if it was ever used. I do know it was activated back in the World War II area too. This is a steel door that protected the gate. It was the front gate. It's not a jail, although they did have their own jail here, but that was just the main gate that kept people in and kept people out. And we're on our way back now, and this is a cool place that we found. We've seen it here before, where people come along the beach and they stack these rocks. And it's really windy here sometimes, but these rocks stand up to all the punishment, and there's the city behind us. Unfortunately, someone was out here today throwing rocks, trying to knock those down. I guess it's all fun, but if I spent time building those, I wouldn't want someone knocking them down. So anyway, we're walking our way back from Golden Gate Bridge back towards the city of San Francisco, and we've had a great day so far. And here's some geese and their babies out there in this little marsh area. That's not the bay, and you see it's calm, and it's just a little marsh area as we're walking back towards San Francisco from the Golden Gate Bridge. A lot of cool houses here. Right, it'd just be, I don't know how much these cost, millions of dollars probably, but it'd be just wonderful to stay down here and have a house down here overlooking the bay, wouldn't it? I think so. Christopher's still playing Pokemon Go and walking through this little exercise area. He found this balance beam, and let's say how he does. He's doing pretty good. He's walking the balance beam, and maybe I'll give it a shot here in just a second. Well, yep. Steady as I go. I'm a little older and not used to walking these balance beams, but hey, I think I'm doing pretty darn good. Hey, I made it. And there's the Golden Gate Bridge again on our walk back, and now it looks like the fog is indeed coming back a little bit. But hey, we found this tree. It looked like it was growing right out of the cement wall. I was really fascinated by it until I found that the roots were actually growing out of the ground. It tricked me for sure. It's just laying on the brick wall. And Christopher's sitting on the brick wall here. He's getting ready to hatch another egg, and
Trash.
He's not too happy about it. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes with Pokemon Go. You don't always get the good eggs and the good Pokemon. But anyway, we're just having a great time here today. What's that? Eat? Does that say eat crap? I don't think we'll eat there for dinner. Wow, that's not... Oh, I see. Eat crab. Eat crab. Okay, well, I can take that. I still don't think we'll eat there. Instead, I think we're going to eat at the Rainforest Cafe. We haven't been there in a little while, so I think that's where we're going to have our dinner tonight. Hey, guys. Hey.
Hello.
Hey there. Thanks for hanging out with us today on our trip to San Francisco. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
I have too.
And we're here with our good friend, Mr. Ape.
Yeah.
Or Gorilla, I guess he's a gorilla. Bob the Gorilla.
Bob. Yeah.
And we are here at the Rainforest Cafe, getting ready for dinner. At the end of walking over more. Pretty cool. Hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have, please subscribe if you haven't already. And press that bell icon to get notified every time we do a new video.
Yeah, because we do a lot of cool stuff. So.
That's right. So until next time,
Bye.